How to get paid by your customers on time consistently. In every business, there is a system to collect payments from the customers. And specifically, there are four components in your collection system that you can optimize to get paid fast consistently by your customers. In this video, I will talk about four simple actionable tips that you can use to optimize your collection system to get paid fast by your customers. Hi, I'm C. Piyush Bansal. I help entrepreneurs optimize their business and life. Let's jump into the concept of optimization. So, ideally, when it comes to collection system, there are four components to it, which are policies, action cycles, procedures, and monitoring matrix. The first component that I want to talk about is policy. Under policy, it's a very important and essential component, because here's the part where the management of the business sits together and they decide what are the policies, what are the benchmarks and standards, and what is it that it need to achieve. Any business owner who does not have an account receivable policy needs to make one. And to do that, you need to consider these four elements. First is you need to have a customer profiling system. Under a customer profiling system, you need to segregate or segment your customers basis their creditability, goodwill, or type. Once you have done that, you need to then define credit limit and payment terms for all these categories of people. And a simple rule of thumb, keep the credit limits and payment terms simple, smooth, and convenient, and it takes least amount of time. Once you are able to incorporate that, your systems would be optimized. And last thing that you work around in policy is your collection goals. This is something which I'll discuss in detail in the fourth section of this video. Then the second component that constitute the part of your collection system is your action cycles. So these are those action cycles which are repeatedly done after certain period of time in an interval or basis certain events. And these cycles could be something like your client onboarding systems, your customer database management systems, your reminders and follow-up systems, and also your invoicing and collection systems. Now in this, I want to focus on the first two elements of it, which is the client onboarding part and the customer database. Client onboarding is really important because the moment a customer comes into the environment of your business, you set up a culture for them. And that is the culture which they practice for the rest of the business life business relationship that you live together in that context. So it is really important that you give a really good feel of your professional or business enterprise, your brand expertise in your client onboarding systems. Having said that, the second important thing is your customer database. Many people do not have an updated customer database, which results into lack of communications or miscommunications and very long delays in terms of billing, collections, all those things. So it is very much required that your customer database should be up to date. Having said that, the other two elements are your smart reminder and follow-up system, wherein you need to ensure that a reminder goes to your customer before the due of invoice, on the due date, and after the due date, so that effectively the gap between communication and follow-up could be reduced. And lastly, the invoicing and collection system. Important rule of thumb over here, it should be very simple and it should take least amount of time. If your invoicing and collection system is designed in such a way, it will really take out the hassle of collections and getting payments from customers. Having said that, the third important component that I want to focus around is the procedures. Now there are certain procedures and activities that needs to be streamlined and that could be optimized. First among those is for recording your customer data. So it is really important that all the data that is being recorded are correctly inputted in the system, because if there's any mistake in the starting, it will result into a hierarchy and cascading effect of your mistakes that will take a lot of time in terms of communication, miscommunications or corrections, all those areas. So it is required that you make sure that all the data that has been collected is being correctly recorded in your system also. Secondly, automating your invoicing and billing systems. It is really essential that you move from a physical system to an electronic system where the customer gets the invoice or bill through an email or a WhatsApp or any other format that they prefer in that sense. And the lastly, recording payments. Now it is important over here that we while recording the payments in your accounting ledgers, it is you ensure that your ledgers are not accounted at a ledger level, that is a credit to customer level. It should be mapped at your bill level, so that you have up-to-date information about which of the bills are really outstanding, for how long, and other metrics that needs to be considered along with that. So these are the optimization that you can do in your procedures while you are setting up your collection system. And the last and most important piece over here is your monitoring matrix, because here is something where you design the outcomes that you want to work around. And for that to happen, you can define certain outcomes like your customer average collection goes below specific days. Could be 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, or it could be your debtor aging should be below 60 days. Or your customer invoicing should be on the same day, or T+1 day, or T+2 days. Now these are very important metrics that you need to consider while setting up your collection system, and these are the metrics that you will be optimizing for, so that you get payments on time. If you like this video, you can subscribe to our newsletter by clicking on the link below in the description, where I create one video each week on how to optimize your business and life. And you can become the part of our business community. This is Piyush Bansal signing off. Let's keep optimizing for growth. Thank you.